Next up, we actually have Ioann, who's going to be talking about Waves.Exchange, which is the DEX that's been sort of rebranded and rethemed, and I'm very excited to hear about this. Thanks.
Hello everyone, and thank you for being here. Actually, it's so exciting. Last time I've been in Berlin 10 years ago, and it's really didn't change. It's so awesome still, and I think it will be awesome forever. I hope it will not change in the future, but what will change is actually Waves.Exchange. It's a bit legacy because we are migrated from a big family of products, and it's a family of desktop products, it's a web products, and it's a mobile application. So what is it? It's a family of interfaces which was built to help people to interact with the blockchain, because every blockchain starts from the tokens, and you need something. Obviously, it's a wallet, so every blockchain has its own wallet to store the blockchain tokens. And here on the Waves applications, you can store Waves tokens and any other tokens. But it's not only the wallet, because now it's mostly focused on the exchanging function, because we want to let people change tokens as easy as possible, and we have a built-in exchange in the wallet. So what do we want to achieve in the next year? We want to make these applications a bit more regulated, because we are aiming on the big markets, and you cannot expand on the markets without any regulation. So obviously we need it, but we at the same time want to make it more decentralized, and we know how to do this. So yes, we want to do this a bit more user-friendly, because we don't want to explain people about the blockchain. We just want to let them use these applications. We just want to let them just touch the blockchain. It should be really cool. And developers need the interfaces, obviously, too. So we will provide a few tools for them, and all of these should make this exchange more liquid. So this sense of the Waves blockchain is ability to issue a token in one single click. So it's not a smart contract, it's a separate entity that let you just type in a few fields and just pay one Waves fee, and here we go, you have a token. So you can make a token each day, and it's really cheap. And obviously people like it. So they made thousands of tokens, and this is a big problem for the exchange, because every token right after the issue has the access to the exchange. And it's really confusing. So we face a lot of problems because of this ability to be able for the token to get into the portfolio right from the issuer. So it's really overloaded interface right now. Every token has a market, so a lot of markets, and people do not understand what's going on. The liquidity, because we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, so the liquidity is spreading out, and people are really afraid of scam, because people can issue a Bitcoin token 1 million times, and people could be, tricked and buy wrong Bitcoin. So the spam, obviously, and the responsibility issue, because if we provide some interfaces, people want to trust. So we cannot say, okay, it's a trustless, it's a blockchain. People do not want to be in trustless space. They want to keep safe their money and their values. So what do we do next? We will spread the exchange and the wallet on two separate entities inside one application. So by the default, you will be able to access the exchange and the wallet, but there be listed and displayed only the tokens that we will activate. So we will make a list, a white list you can say, of like gateways token, Bitcoins, Ethereum, and trusted oracles. And when you will just open the exchange in the first time, you will see only these tokens, only these markets. So it will look like a usual exchange and usual wallet, absolutely safe. And you will not see the community stuff, because if you want to use the wallet and the exchange for your own wishes, you need to switch the exchange. And if you want to make a different market, you can just go through the two types of oracles. You can run through basic mode Better Tokens Oracle, and this Oracle will let you to get into the basic exchange and basic wallet. And then if you just want to make some of the different project, you can just go through the community oracles. So the first community oracle will be token rating. This is an oracle that let community to rate and comment and give a feedback about any token on the platform. And if you will achieve some stars on this rating ladder, you will get into the wild mode listed. So staking. Yes, it's a buzzword last few months, and what we want to say here. A lot of platforms offering staking. So Binance, big exchanges and little exchanges, even blockchains made for staking, you know. So what's the difference? So we have exchange built in the client, and we have ability to let people interact with the staking right from the client, and this staking is decentralized. We will full support Neutrino natively in the client. So right from the client, you will be able to issue Neutrino stablecoin, trade it in the basic mode, so you shouldn't switch to the wild. You would be able to swap it, and you will be able to stake. So you will interact with the smart contract of staking right from the client. And of course, we will do the same with the other national values. So euro, rubles, Ukrainian, Chinese values, and even more we'll be able, I think, and I hope until the end of this year. Not this, but until before the end of 2020, yeah, sure. So you have two options. You can stake Waves, and you will get the incomes in Waves. And you can stake right from the client Neutrino coins, and you will get the fiat incomes. This is really cool because this process is completely decentralized. So you shouldn't give the money to the bank or to the exchange. You keep these funds on your application, and they are protected by your seed phrase. So it's really, really cool. So the gateways. We're using the gateways, obviously, because when people transfer money to centralized exchange, they give the money to the exchange. It's like with the banks, you give them money, and this is money of the bank. So when you transfer money to the exchange, you give them your money, and they can just duplicate your access to your account, and you'll face some problems, right? But in our case, when people just depositing some money on the blockchain, they getting the tokens instead, and we use the oracles. The oracles is a cool stuff. Developers like it. So we want to link every address in Bitcoin in address in the Waves blockchain, and the same for Ethereum, etc. So it's like cool beans, and every developer would be able to trigger the oracle. So you will be able to build some application, decentralized application, and if people make money on them, so you can just use decentralized application, and with the oracle, fiat oracle, for example, just win some real fiat money. Webkeeper, you guys all know about the MetaMask, right? So people trying to let users to interact with the blockchain, and they use the browser extensions. So it's a really unfriendly way, and people do not like browser extension. It's hard. People do not understand why do I need to install this, and even they do, it's really unfriendly. Every extension I saw, and Waves actually made its own extension, is good for keeping your seats, but it's not good to sign transaction and interacting with the applications. So what do we want to bring with the Waves Keeper? It's a framework that any developer could take and integrate in his own application, so you would be able to call the local storage of the exchange users. So yes, every developer who will build the application with using of this framework would be able to access the client base of the Waves.Exchange. You're welcome, guys. Build your application and use our client base. But you will not get the seats. Just keep it in mind. So other majors we want to bring in the next year, we want to completely redesign the mobile applications, so they will look like a usual bank application, and it will be. We want to hide the blockchain stuff under the hood. People just have to use application as a normal application they use in the common life and all day. We will open the sockets to the matcher. So matcher, it's an engine of the exchange. It let us to in decentralized way match the transaction between the users. So when people trading on the Waves.Exchange, they do not provide the exchange their money. So all the money comes through the matcher, and it signs the transaction and put it in the blockchain all the time. So all trades are irreversible, obviously. And we will launch a special market making program until before the end of this year, and I think it will really help us to make the exchange much more liquid. Yeah, so many things I have to say, but I think that's it. The core thing we want to aim. So the Waves is a blockchain for the people, and we want to make this Waves exchange for the customers. We want customers. Thank you.